Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH_sports. Follow me on my finance channel at AIH Finance. Okay, a few things. I wanted to show you this one card. I bought a bunch of these a couple of years ago before the pandemic. I think I have like four or five. I couldn't find all of them. This is what a 1971 Nolan Ryan card when he was with the Mets. It's not graded. If I had to take a guess, it'd probably be maybe a three. On the highest, it could be a five, but I doubt it. But regardless, I have this. A lot of people are chasing these ungraded cards of Nolan Ryan because the higher the grade, the more that it costs. And you have to remember that now people, in my opinion, are going to be going to cards that are, I would say, that have more intrinsic value than the modern cards where there's just so much population of the cards. So, yeah, just stuff like that. I want to eyeball all these old cards that a lot of people my age aren't really following or aren't gravitating towards. So I wanted to look at sports cards and addiction. I've seen people have titles about it, they've talked about it, and I just want to give my own 2 cents. Okay, during the pandemic, what I observed and what many observed was that there was a gambling mentality in this hobby where people were just putting down ridiculous amounts of money in breaks. And that type of mentality, while some people may have hit the jackpot, some people may have got a scarce one of one, then got it graded and, made millions of dollars. That was what happened only to a few people. Vast majority of people, they may get a card here and there that pays for their breaks. But ultimately, it's gambling for the most part, and many people actually have been burned by it. I've heard stories of how their relationships with their girlfriends or their wives turned sour because they threw thousands of dollars a month that they actually needed. So, in terms of addiction, yeah, that's where people should not go to. It's the gambling mentality. Once again, I talked about over a year ago. Now, I do look at sports cards as a good escape from reality where you could turn, look at the society, right? Society is not like the 1980s, 1990s where everything was bright, everything was gloomy, not gloomy, everything was great. Look at Michael Jordan in the heydays of the 1990s. The 1980s, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. The movies were pro America and everyone loved all these movies came out, right? Now it's a time where society is not like that. People are fighting amongst each other. And I believe that sports cards is a way that you could have people from all parts of the world, even. I mean, I had a guy from Portugal message me today. So that's awesome. So people from all over the world, different backgrounds, could come together and just talk about cards. I think that's pretty great. That's nice. So, in terms of the negative side of it, the negative side is the addiction side, the gambling part. But the positive aspect is, hey, you could spend maybe $100 a month, and that $100 a month is a good distraction from reality. You're not stressed out about it. You're just having fun. You could actually meet people. You could network with people that are like-minded. And who knows? Some of you could be making some new friends out there. After college, it's hard finding new friends, right? I mean, yes, you can still do it, but it's much more challenging than back in the day. So I find that pretty nice. And in terms of addiction, right? So one of the problems that I see in our society is obviously drug addiction, right? And I'd rather have someone spend $100 on sports cards rather than $100 on drugs, right? So people are saying, okay, you're just wasting your money with sports cards. I don't think it's wasting money as long as you play with the money that you could afford to lose or that you could afford to have fun with, right? Now, the bad part, like I said, is the gambling aspect. So, once again, those are my just thoughts on addiction. And once again, sports cards, whether you're spending 20 bucks a month, 40 bucks a month, depending on your budget, maybe it's 500 bucks a month, but you could spend that 500 bucks and nothing will happen to you financially. You're not going to miss your mortgage payment if you spend 500 bucks. Whatever that amount is, if you're spending that amount on cards, right, rather than drugs, right? I think that's a net positive. Now, what I think should be watched out for is what the industry is pushing. The industry is pushing, a get rich scheme. They're pushing these breakers. They're always promoting them. Hey, you got $1 million card. Well, it's great for the millionaire, but a lot of them, only focus on, hey, you could become rich, or they're implying you could become rich. But then on the other hand, if you are overextended, over levered, then that could actually end up hurting you. And I think that it would be a good service for the industry to discuss that. I know they're all about making money, and there's nothing wrong with making money, but at the same time, if they made that effort to just educate just the average Joe on this stuff, I think that would be great. And there's also educational videos on YouTube. Now, someone may be like, hey, look, it's not the industry's not decision. It's not the industry's fault that someone's gambling. Okay, that's a fair point, right? You don't have to agree with me, but I'm just saying that, okay, we're getting new people into the hobby, and everyone's all about, in quotes, community, right? If you're watching out for the community, this is what I think should be done. Just more education. And yeah. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about that. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below, guys. Thank you. Bye.